What is their role? Where are their failures? Regepak, and a youngster killed 4 people. He was out on bail by the very same laws that are written by the country. He's in today, he's going to be in court the other day, and he's going to be given bail again, trust me. And he's going to kill again. The finger goes back into the police. So until we understand this whole value chain system, can continue fighting. And we'll fight. All of us as officials are going on pension. We'll be sitting there and say, okay, we are no longer part of it, and the problem is still there. So what must happen next? So my plea to everyone, from government and from the officials themselves and public at large, can we pause and really ask ourselves a question? What is the problem with crime in our country and how to solve it? Crime instead is seen in this country as a South African police performance management. It is not. Crime is an indication of a problem that exists in society. So everyone must ask themselves a question. The mother, the parent of the child, what is their role? Where are their failures?
A 23-year-old man accused of killing 2 Gauteng anti-gang unit officers and 2 civilian women in Regepak appeared briefly in the Boksburg Magistrates Court on Wednesday. Rican Cheslin Collis faces 4 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, 2 counts of robbery with aggravating circumstances, as well as charges relating to the possession of unlicensed firearms and ammunition. His case was postponed to August 25, when he is expected to bring a formal bail application. Collis was arrested following a multidisciplinary tracing operation that resulted in the recovery of 2 5 rifles at the Gwadugwa informal settlement in Germiston over the weekend. The operation was led by the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, DPCI, Serious Organized Crime Investigation Unit, with assistance from Gauteng Crime Intelligence, Tactical and Special Operations, Provincial Tracking Team, Tactical Response Team, Anti-Gang Unit, and PRASA. Hawks spokesperson Colonel Katlego Mogale previously confirmed that a person of interest had been taken in for questioning in Germiston on Monday. The arrest came days after the fatal shooting of anti-gang unit members Constable Tapelo Romazana, 29, and Constable Simpiwe Sibega, 28, as well as 2 civilian women in Regepak, Ekurhuleni. Mogale said the coordinated operation led investigators to the suspect, who is allegedly linked to the killings, and said the coordinated effort resulted in the identification and arrest of the suspect, who allegedly took part in the killing of 2 Gauteng SAPS anti-gang unit members, Constables Romazana and Sibeko, as well as 2 civilian women. According to Mogale, Collis was already out on bail when he was arrested and is known to police as a gangster, and said he has several pending cases, including 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and possession of an unlicensed firearm. The latest charges add to a growing criminal case against the young suspect, while investigators continue to pursue others who may have been involved in the Regepak attack. She said further arrests have not been ruled out. She added that SAPS and DPCI will continue targeting criminal networks and illegal firearms in an effort to curb violence against police officers and civilians, and said SAPS and the DPCI remain committed to dismantling criminal networks, removing illegal firearms from communities, and ensuring that perpetrators of violence against police officers and civilians are brought to justice. Romazana and Sibeko were fatally shot at about 7:30 on Friday. Gauteng Police spokesperson Brigadier Brenda Moredili said preliminary information indicated that the officers had been conducting crime prevention patrols in the area when they heard gunshots. After hearing gunshots, they drove towards the source of the shots, where they were allegedly ambushed. The investigation remains ongoing, with police continuing to search for other suspects linked to the killings. Meanwhile, the family of Emmanuel Benze has thanked KZN Police Commissioner General Ndlela Mkhwanazi, saying his explosive 2025 media briefing paved the way for the Madlanga Commission. where they finally heard details of how Mpenze was allegedly killed at his Brakpan home before his body was dumped in a dam. The family said it was through the commission that they heard for the first time details of how Mpenze was allegedly killed at his Brakpan home in April 2022 before his body was dumped in a dam. The family spokesperson, following Wednesday's arrest of 5 suspects, including suspended Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department Deputy Chief Brigadier Julius Mkhwanazi in connection with Mpenze's murder. Mpenze was allegedly tortured to death during an interrogation. His body was later dumped in a river in Duduzane Jail on the East Rand. Speaking to SABC News following the arrest on Wednesday night, Mpenze's family said they had been waiting for the suspects to be brought before the courts. Mpenze's brother, Nhlanhla, said the family was relieved that justice was finally moving in the right direction and said this has been long awaited from us. You know, at some point our faith was tested where we felt it's never going to happen. But today the wheels of the justice system are turning in the right direction. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God because without him, I don't believe we would have been here. Also thank Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi because had it not been for the press conference this 6th of July, where would we be? The killing was detailed at the Matlanga Commission, which had allegations of cover-up surrounding Mpenze's death. The commission was established after Mkhwanazi's July 6, 2025 explosive media briefing in which he raised allegations of corruption, the shielding of criminal suspects and political interference within the police and justice system. Evidence presented before the commission implicated the deputy chief in the alleged cover-up. The late Marius van der Merwe, the owner of a security company, testified at the Matlanga Commission as witness G, told the inquiry that Mkhwanazi was called after Mpenze was killed. Van der Merwe was shot dead outside his Brakpan home on December 5, 2025, weeks after giving explosive testimony at the commission. He alleged that when Mkhwanazi arrived at the murder scene, he instructed those present to either dump Mpenze's body at a mine dump or in a river. Van der Merwe told the commission that Mkhwanazi looked directly at him when giving the instruction, which he understood as a direction to carry it out. Nhlanhla also thanked those who supported the family after Mpenze's death, including IPD investigator Nomsa Masuku and Captain Buddy Wang. He said, I need to acknowledge the relentless work that Nomsa Masuku and her team have put in. I need to acknowledge Captain Buddy Wang, who pointed us in the right direction. Had it not been for him, we wouldn't have met Nomsa. He said Masuku had worked tirelessly to ensure the case was investigated and said Nomsa stood up from day one to ensure we fight this. If it wasn't for them, we would have buried my brother and this case will still be regarded as an inquest and not a murder case. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.